Hi, good morning, student of class 9. Okay, making of the Indian Constitution. Making of the Indian Constitution. My dear students, like South Africa, India's constitution was also drawn up under very difficult circumstances, and the making of the constitution for a huge and diverse country like India was not easy. And at the time the people of India were emerging from the status of subject so that of citizens, and the country was born through a partition on the basis of religion differences. This was a traumatic experience for the people of India and Pakistan. At least 10 lakh people were killed on both sides of the border in partition related violence. There was another problem. The British had left it to the rulers of the princely states to decide whatever they decided to merge with India or Pakistan or remain states. Okay, these are the difficult problems faced to India after independence, but the process of the making of Indian Constitution is started point wise. Point number 1, in 1928, Motilal Nehru and 8 other Congress leaders drafted a constitution for India. Okay, in 1928, Motilal Nehru and 8 other Congress leaders drafted a constitution for India. In 1931, the resolution at the Karachi session of the Indian National Congress dwelt on how independent India's constitution should look like. Both these documents in 1931 and 1928, both these documents were committed to the inclusion of universal adult franchise, right to freedom and equality to the protecting the rights of the minorities in the constitution of independent India. These were the initiative steps by Indians, okay, 1928 and 1931. And in 1938, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, on behalf of the Indian National Congress, declared that the constitution of the free India must be framed without outside interference by a constituent assembly elected on the basis of adult franchise. Okay, this is third initiative also by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru cleared about India don't want any interfere their constitution making process. Okay, and these are the initiatives by Indians. But what were the initiatives by British? The demand was finally accepted in principle by the British government in what is known as the August Offer of 1940. August Offer of 1940. Next, in 1942, Sir Stafford Cripps, a memorable of the cabinet, came to India with draft proposal of the British government on the framing of an independent constitution to be adopted after the World War II. Okay, after August proposal, second initiative step was 1942 when Sir Stafford Cripps, a member of the cabinet, okay, came to India with a draft proposal of the British government on the framing of an Indian constitution to be adopted after the Second World War. And the Cripps proposal was rejected by the Muslim League, which wanted India to be divided into 2 autonomous states with 2 separate constituent assemblies. Okay, but the proposal of Cripps proposal was rejected by Muslim Leagues. But finally a cabinet mission was sent to India. While it rejected the idea of 2 constituent assemblies. It put forth a scheme for the constituent assemblies which more or less satisfied the Muslim League. Okay, these are the initiative, these are the steps how India go to their making a process of constitution. Okay, August proposal, Cripps mission, and finally cabinet mission. Okay, and these were the initiatives by the Indians. Okay, and next topic, composition of the constituent assembly. Okay, constitution making process, the first step is making of constituent assembly. Okay, composition of the constituent assembly. The elections to the constituent assembly for 296 seats allotted to the British India provinces were held in July-August 1946. The Indian National Congress won 208 seats, the Muslim League 73 seats, small groups and independents 15 seats, 93 seats allotted to the princely states, but they were not filled as they decided to stay away from the Constituent Assembly. These are the distributions of seats and these are the winning composition and their seats particularly. Okay, the Constituent Assembly was not directly elected by the people of India. Constituent Assembly was not directly elected by the people of India, then who voted in Constituent Assembly? The assembly comprised the representatives of all sections of Indian society. The assembly comprised the representations of the all sections of the society: Hindus, Muslims, Sikhs, Parsis, Anglo-Indians, Indian Christians, SCs, STs, including women of all these sections. Okay, and this is very important topic. Write in your notebook: composition of the Constituent Assembly. Working of the Constituent Assembly is next topic. Working of the Constituent Assembly. The Constituent Assembly held its first meeting on 9th December 1946. The Constituent Assembly held its first meeting on 9th December 1946. Dr. Sachidanand Sinha, the oldest member, was elected as the temporary president of the Assembly. 9th December 1946, first meeting of Constituent Assembly, Dr. Sachidanand Sinha was temporarily elected the president of Constituent Assembly. Later, Dr. Rajendra Prasad was elected as the president of the Assembly. Okay, and Assembly had two vice presidents also. Dr. Rajendra Prasad was the president of Indian Constituent Assembly, and there were two vice presidents of Constituent Assembly, H.C. Mukherjee and V.T. Krishnamachari. On 13th December 1946, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru moved to the historic objective resolutions in the Assembly, and 22nd January 1947, Nehru's resolution was unanimously adopted by the Assembly, and 3rd June 1947, acceptable of the Mountbatten plan for the partition of the country, most princely states took their seats in Assembly. These are the states by the Constituent Assembly. Number 1, the Constituent Assembly held its first meeting on 9th December 1946. Dr. Sachidanand Sinha was temporarily elected first president of Constituent Assembly. Later, Dr. Rajendra Prasad appointed as the first president of the Constituent Assembly. Constituent Assembly had two vice presidents also, H.C. Mukherjee and V.T. Krishnamachari. 13th December 1946, Jawaharlal Nehru moved to the historic objective resolutions. 22nd January 1947, Constituent Assembly accepted the resolutions by Nehru. 3rd June 1947, acceptance of the Mountbatten plan, and the important thing is most princely states took their seats in Assembly. Most princely states took their seats in assemblies. Okay, my dear students, write these 2 pages on your notebook. Very important topics are. Right. November 26, 1949, the Constitution was adopted. Indian Constitution was adopted on 26 November 1949. 26 January 1950, okay, the Constitution came into force. The Constitution came into force on 26 January 1950, and the Constitution was adopted as on 26 November 1949, contained a preamble, 395 articles and 8 schedules on the time. And the most important thing is why 26 January was chosen to form our Constitution. The answer is January 26 was specifically chosen as the date of okay, January 26 was specifically chosen as the date of communications of the Constitution because of its historical importance. It was on this day in 1930 that Purna Swaraj Day was celebrated following the resolutions of the Lahore Congress session, December 1929. Okay, December 1929, Purna Swaraj, Lahore Congress session. You remember about these topics, okay? So, the historic importance of 26 January, due to the historic importance of 26 January, this is the reason behind why January 26, 1950, the Constitution came into force. Okay, other functions performed: adopted the national flag by Constituent Assembly. Our Indian Constitution, 22 July 1947, adopted the national anthem Jana Gana Mana, January 24, 1950, adopted the national song Vande Mataram, January 24, 1950, and Constituent Assembly elected Dr. Rajendra Prasad as the first president of India on January 24, 1950. In all, the Constituent Assembly had 11 sessions. Overall, Constituent Assembly had 11 sessions and time taken 2 years, 11 months and 18 days. Okay, how much time taken to make Indian constitution? 2 years, 11 months and 18 days. Draft constitution was considered for the 114 days. Okay, 114 working days to draft constitution considered. Total expenditure incurred it approximately 64 lakhs. 64 lakhs total expenditure, and the first general elections in India 1951-52. Okay, these are very important points, and the important committees are Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru Union Power Committee, President of Union Power Committee, President of Constitution Committee, States Committee for negotiating with the states, special committees to examine the draft of the constitution, Sardar Patel, Provincial Constitutional Committee, Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, father of Indian Constitution, the chairman of the drafting committee, Dr. Rajendra Prasad, Rules of Procedure Committee, Stating Committee, Finance and Staff Committee, okay, and ad hoc committee of the national flag. Dr. Rajendra Prasad was also known as the chairperson, president of the flag committee, okay, and J.B. Kripalani was the member of this flag committee. January 26 was the especially chosen as the date here to okay. Next, Purna Swaraj Day. Every document presented, and every word spoken in the Constituent Assembly had been recorded and preserved. These are called Constituent Assembly debates. Okay, listen. Every document presented and every word spoken in the Constituent Assembly has been recorded and preserved. These are called Constituent Assembly debate. Okay, my dear students, very important chapter. This is your political science, and okay, and these are point wise topics. Okay, write in your notebook. These are very important for you as concerned as not only your class 9th but class 11th and for future also. Okay, write these points.